Hey everyone, today I am going to share with you my go-to meals, so things that I have just about daily or kind of around about what I would have daily for my meals. I get asked quite a lot how I prepare or how I come up with ideas, and I do a lot of research. So I've joined a lot of Facebook groups. I've also did a lot of Pinterest pinning and just looking at ways that I can make something that's not so healthy a bit healthier, because realistically we are probably a middle income family, so we can't go and buy the most nicest cut meat, but I'm also very frugal, so I like to kind of make it a challenge and try make the best out of the cheapest thing. So I'll start with breakfasts. Most days I will have like an omelette, which will have like spinach, mushrooms, tomatoes, maybe a little bit of ham and cheese and carrot, and then a couple of bits of toast. Other days I might have a shake, which usually will have Weet-Bix, milk, cinnamon, water as well, and then I might add in like an egg. Sometimes I'll add spinach to that, and then chia seeds. Once I've left them to soak a bit, so they kind of expanded and get that jelly kind of coat. I have porridge, which will have like blueberries in it, or just whatever fruit I have, bananas or apples. Then more chia seeds, and sometimes I'll add a little bit of maple syrup, like a teaspoon, just to give it a bit of flavour, and milk and water. And then other days I might have bacon, eggs on toast. It just really depends on what the weather's like. It's like autumn now, so it's coming into the winter months, so it will start to get a bit colder, so I'll probably have porridge, just stuff that's more filling. Lunchtime, if I don't have an omelette for breakfast, I might have it for lunch, and vice versa with the shake. If I don't have it for breakfast, I might have it for lunch. Then again, I might have leftovers. I also for lunches will have just like sandwiches, so ham or chicken with lettuce, tomato, cheese. I make my own mayo and aioli, so I use them. And then I might have wraps, depends on if I've got bread or if I've got wraps. I might have a salad. I don't really set out a lunch kind of thing. I just have what's there and what we've bought with our groceries, because with our grocery list I plan our meals. I kind of know what I'm going to have for lunch then. So like this week we've got wraps, we've got bread, we've got ham, we've got chicken, we've got all the salad stuff. So I'll have those kind of things, and probably I think a few of our dinners are enough to be a lunch meal too. If I'm just feeling like something light for lunch, I might just have yogurt with an apple and some chia seeds, or yogurt with whatever fruit and some chia seeds. Probably about a cup of yogurt, and I might even throw on some muesli. Dinner kind of consists of white meat, so chicken and sometimes red meat. For instance, if we have chicken, we'll have chicken, potatoes or kumara, and then, which is sweet potato if you're not too sure what that is, and then veggies. So I usually do like a chunky mixed veg mixture, which will have like little like peas and corns and carrots and beans, and then it'll have like broccoli, cauliflower and carrot. And sometimes I have a sauce with it, sometimes I won't, and I don't cook with salt anymore. So I used to add salt to my potatoes, and I used to add salt to everything. I used to look really bad, but yeah, I used to have salt with everything, and now I don't. And when I cook our chicken now, I just actually discovered that we have a rack that has, we have a tray that has a rack on it, and I'll just cook the chicken on that, and then all the fat drips off into the bottom of the tray, and we get less in the chicken. Every week we buy mince, and I always get a big tray, so about 1 kilo of mince, which can do us 2 to 3 meals and sometimes leftovers. Now with the mince, what I tend to do is oil the pan a little bit. I use a spray oil, so I'm not using too much, and because it's so oily and fatty as it is, you don't really need a heap. It's just more to make sure it doesn't stick for a stick. So what I'll do is I fry that off until it's just about brown, and then I get a sieve. I will pour the mince into that, and I'll shake it a bit and kind of wait probably a couple of minutes before I'll put it back in the pan. So while that's draining all the fat out, I will put in the onion and garlic or whatever else I'm going to cook with the mince. So say if it's going to be for nachos, if it's going to be like a tomato base or whatever kind of ingredients I'm adding in, I'll start heating them up in the pan that I just used. And then after, like I said, a couple of minutes, the mince has drained off a huge amount of the excess fats. I mean, it's not a heap healthy, but it makes it a hell of a lot more healthier than what it was. So we shop fortnightly. Probably 1 week is enough meat, and then the other part of the week we don't have any meat at all. So like, we don't go 1 week meat and 1 week no meat. We kind of change it up. We might go 2 days of having meat meals, and then the next 2 or 3 days we might have none. So we do about 7 days worth of meat and then 7 days without. So for instance, a without meat meal might be sushi. We sometimes, like the other week, we had corn fritters. We didn't have any meat, so I poured a can of corn, creamed corn into a bowl, added some noodles, some mixed veg, mushroom, onion and cheese, mixed all together, and then throw in a couple of eggs just to help it go further and add some protein in there, and then just fried them off into little patties, and then had a salad on the side. Throughout the day, snacking wise, I might have like nuts, cheese, crackers, sultanas, dried fruit. I try to have between 2 to 3 litres of water a day, just because it's good for your system and good to keep your like metabolism going, and just generally really good for your body and your skin. But lastly, the other one would be probably fruit. I try to have the recommended amount, which they say is about 5. Basically, that's an average, what our average meals look like daily. We have a whole range of different things. I tend to not, we've just had a bingy weekend, so I've had chips and stuff like that, but I tend to not have potato chips or anything like that anymore. I have dark chocolate. I think it's like 80% cocoa. It's quite dark and it's quite rich, so if I have anything like that, I throw it in with the yogurt or throw it in with my nuts and raisins and that. But pretty much that's all we look at doing, just because we have a budget too for our income capacity at the moment, so we're budget savvy at the moment. I do return to work in a couple of weeks. We will have a bit more flexibility there, which will be awesome, but other than that, that's what my daily meals look like, and my partner and children are following in suit too. So slowly we are getting the kids on board more. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. You can check out the last screen, my outro, to see my social media accounts that you can also follow.